Fair Use Daily Reflections. This is a book of reflections by AA members for AA members. July 28th. Those who still suffer. Let us resist the proud assumption that since God has enabled us to do well in one area, we are destined to be a channel of saving grace for everybody. AA Comes of Age, page 232. AA groups exist to help alcoholics achieve sobriety. Large or small, firmly established or brand new, speaker, discussion, or study, each group has but one reason for being: to carry the message to the still suffering alcoholic. The group exists so that the alcoholic can find a new way of life, a life abundant in happiness, joy, and freedom. To recover, most alcoholics need the support of a group of other alcoholics who share their experience, strength, and hope. Thus, my sobriety and our program's survival depend on my determination to put first things first. Courage to Change One Day at a Time in Al-Anon, July 28th. A stone cutter may strike a rock 99 times with no apparent effect, not even a crack in the surface. Yet, with the 100th blow, the rock splits in two. It was not the final blow that did the trick, but all that had gone before. The same is true of Al-Anon recovery. Perhaps I am working on accepting that alcoholism is a disease, or learning to detach, or struggling with self-pity. I may become convinced that I am wasting my time, but if I continue going to meetings, sharing about my struggle, taking it one day at a time, and being patient with myself, I may awaken to find that I have changed, seemingly overnight. Suddenly I have the acceptance, detachment, or serenity I've been seeking. The results may have revealed themselves abruptly, but I know that all those months of faith and hard work made the changes possible. Today's reminder. We are often reminded to keep coming back. Today I will remember that this not only applies to meetings, but to learning the new attitudes and behavior that are the long-term benefits of Al-Anon recovery. I may not see the results today, but I can trust that I am making progress. There is a quote from Youth and the Alcoholic Parent, and it reads, "Try to be patient with yourself and your family." It took a long time for the disease of alcoholism to affect each and every one, and it may take a long time for everyone to recover. Just for today, daily meditations for recovering addicts, July 28th. Secrets and intimacy. We feared that if we ever revealed ourselves as we were, we would surely be rejected. Basic text, page 32. Having relationships without barriers, ones in which we can be entirely open with our feelings, is something many of us desire. At the same time, the possibility of such intimacy causes us more fear than almost any other situation in life. If we examine what frightens us, we'll usually find that we are attempting to hide an aspect of our personalities that we are ashamed of, an aspect we sometimes haven't even admitted to ourselves. We don't want others to know of our insecurities, our pain, or our neediness, so we simply refuse to expose them. We may imagine that if no one knows about our imperfections, those imperfections will cease to exist. This is the point where our relationships stop. Anyone who enters our lives will not get past the point at which our secrets begin. To maintain intimacy in a relationship, it is essential that we acknowledge our defects and accept them. When we do, the fortress of denial erected to keep these things hidden will come crashing down, enabling us to build up our relationships with others. Just for today, I have opportunities to share my inner self. I will take advantage of those opportunities and draw closer to those I love. Today, Emotions Anonymous, July 28th. Reflection for today. Whenever I perform, I split myself into two halves, the performer and the observer, critic. Trying to perform allows that ever-present screamer sitting on my shoulder the chance to unleash a dose of self-hate from the reservoir I have built and maintained during my life. The chance may be the most minor mistake or insignificant admission on my part. This can happen in any circumstance, from building a coffee table to talking at a meeting. On the other hand, when I participate, I minimize self-consciousness and the chance of embarrassment. When I am participating, I am sharing the real me, and being the real me destroys any need for the internal critic. I realize my failures are valuable to my emotional growth. My past life has too often shown that my successes temporarily blinded me to the reality of my human limitations. I need to use these limitations as checks and balances in my struggle to know God's will for me. Meditation for today. God, continue to grant me one of your most wonderful gifts, the right to be human. Today I will remember participating keeps me wholesome. Strengthening my recovery. Meditations for adult children of alcoholics, dysfunctional families. July 28th. Vulnerability. To withstand the intense pain of living with insanity and to have any sense of control, we must deny our feelings and hide our vulnerability. BRB, page 356. As we grew up, we were shattered into many parts. Because of the insanity around us, we learned to hide our more vulnerable parts in order to survive. Some of us became multiple personalities, and others of us were less broken. But we all found ourselves numb in some way. We adapted and adopted whatever survival techniques we needed. In ACA recovery, it can take time for some of our hidden parts to make themselves known until they trust there is an inner loving parent who accepts them. We work with our recovery partners and discover how to give ourselves the warmth, love, compassion, and understanding we didn't experience as children. As we comfort and protect our inner child, we make healing our priority. As we learn to quiet ourselves to see what feelings come up, what memories resurface. To help ensure that the rooms of recovery are available for ourselves and others, we can also begin to give service in our meetings in small ways. We see that our honesty can encourage others to face their own fears as we learn together how to experience balance in our lives. The affirmation reads, "On this day I will listen to and comfort my inner child, accepting all of the parts of myself that makes me unique. I look forward to who I can become as I heal." Share, subscribe, like, and most of all, be the you that you are created to be, one day at a time. And remember that you are not alone and that recovery is possible.